Hello, in this video I will be discussing my homework 2 for our data visualization class. For this analysis I will be looking into a data set that I found on Kaggle that lists some of the highest earning esports, data from some of the highest earning esports teams over about the last 20 years or so. I was inspired to do this because esports sort of world is kind of blowing up now. Some estimates have said that there's about 2.5 billion gamers worldwide, and you're seeing people win millions of dollars in tournaments. And so I decided to look and see if you were a young individual who was looking to pursue a career in esports, or a lot of famous celebrities are investing in esports. So if you were someone in that position, what would be the best game to invest in? And so I decided to make a bar chart to demonstrate this. And the insight that and essentially what you can see in this bar chart is, so here you can see on the left a bar chart, a horizontal bar chart of all of the games here on the y-axis and the average win per tournament on the x-axis, and essentially showing the magnitude of the wins per each game. And here you can see the average number of tournaments that the top teams in each of these games have played in to win, to sort of come to these average wins per tournament. And what I found in my insight is that Dota 2 seems like the best game for my users and for my task, which I did not mention yet, but the tasks were to identify the most profitable esports team and game in terms of average winnings per tournament, and determine what game has the average greatest earnings over the most number of tournaments played. So I found that Dota 2 is the best game for this because, as you can see, it has the highest average win per tournament, so it satisfies that task, and it has the third highest average number of tournaments played. But if you look at numbers 1 and 2, so StarCraft 2, you're only seeing them make less than $5,000 per tournament, and in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, while they're playing about 60 tournaments on average, they're only winning $10,000 to $15,000 in each one. However, with Dota, they're playing in about 30 tournaments, and they're winning about $75,000 in each one. And so I believe that's lucrative, not only because you could win a lot per each tournament, but I believe that because you're able to play in many different tournaments, you're able to sort of gain some clout and celebrity status within the community, and that could lead to partnership deals and also followers on streaming sites like Twitch or YouTube, which also has monetary benefits as well. So overall, it seems like Dota 2 would be the best game to play. And discussing the insight along the 5 characteristics of what makes insight. So does it show a deep understanding? Yes, I believe it does, because the data didn't originally aggregate on averages per game. It just showed kind of a listing of all the different teams, about 100 per each game. But I kind of aggregated it on an average level, which I thought gave more use and more actionability to the data. And then the second point, is it not obvious? No, it's not. It's not obvious initially because you kind of have to compare the two graphs. Because at first glance, you might say, that Arena of Valor was a great game to play too, but you're only going to play in a few tournaments, so it's really not that great. So combining the two made it useful. And then going back here for a second, so the third point, is it actionable? Yes, I believe it is, because the users can make a better decision on not only what esports to pursue a career in for the wins per tournament, but how many tournaments can you play in, and what can your actual long-term career look like, or what can your long-term potential look like if you have a team. And then is it based on data? Yes, it is based on a data from Kaggle. Thank you very much for listening. And yeah.